Hello everyone, welcome to the tarot readings for the month of February. I do 3 readings per month on the first 3 Mondays of the month. So today is the last reading and will be about manifestation and abundance. You can find the previous 2 tarot readings, the general reading and the reading on love and relationships, in the English playlist on YouTube, so you don't get confused because I also do the readings in Spanish. So let's begin shuffling today's reading with the Quantum Oracle to see the theme and the challenge of the month regarding manifestation and abundance. 4 oracles came out. For the theme, we got New Beginnings, upright, and Decrease, upright. For the challenge, we got Loss, upright, and Taking Steps in reverse. So, let's shuffle the tarot to draw the energy for the present moment and the near future and the final advice. 3 cards each. And the overall energy, which is the bottom of the deck, after shuffling, we got the Ace of Swords upright and the 9 of Pentacles upright. Let's draw from the Sacred Destiny Oracle the final advice. We got 2 oracles, community and flexibility. Let's start with the overall energy, which is wonderful. This Ace of Swords speaks of receiving some kind of initiation, a new beginning, the opening of a portal. When I say portal, I mean an energetic opportunity opening up for us. In this case, it is an opportunity to receive clarity, to receive inspiration, new ideas, for example, new ways of applying what we already know, what we already think, and even new spiritual energies, because this word is connected to the crown chakra. So this is about trusting that this new infusion of energy is arriving from a higher dimension and entering through us through the crown chakra. On a practical level, this could mean new proposals coming our way, new opportunities, academic for some, new projects or new ideas for others in the work they are currently doing. And this new opportunity, since it came out into general energy alongside the 9 of Pentacles upright, it is opening something powerful because, as you can see here, this is a portal. In this 9 of Pentacles, a woman is opening a gateway, stepping into abundance, prosperity, and independence. Independence here means that the opportunities opened by the previous Ace of Swords will bring the possibility of manifesting on her own without anyone else's help, without codependence, without expecting anything from anyone else. It's total independence. So she will be able to manifest in the material world resources, opportunities, greater income, new income, abundance through the feminine polarity, meaning through self-care, softness, and being open to receive and nurture what is being given. So what seems very ethereal here with the Ace of Swords, as the new ideas or new ways of thinking will be able to take root in something material, opening a path of independence and a wonderful manifestation of abundance. Let's continue with the oracles related to the theme of the month. It's strongly connected to the previous Ace of Swords because we got the oracle of new beginnings. Here you can see another portal and a little baby as a symbol of the new beginning. You can see here that this is an oracle of the cycle suit. And as I have been saying since last year's readings, we are entering a new 9-year cycle. So, this is revealing the start of something big. Something wonderful and new is approaching us. This new beginning may even indicate the end of something else. For example, in everyday life it could mean leaving a job that no longer satisfies you to start a new one, or beginning a new way of manifesting resources in your life, like a business idea or a creative endeavor. It could also mean adding a new stage, a new idea, or a new project to your current life, or it could also mean a new relationship for those who are single, and for those already in a relationship, it could be a new stage for a deeper, more stable, more nourishing connection. This oracle is asking you to prepare your energy because something very exciting is on the horizon. Maybe it's something you have already been planning, or maybe it will take you by surprise. Either way, the normality, the stability that felt very still is now going to refresh and bring changes. It is important to keep your crown chakra open to receive the best information. So if you practice prayer, meditation, or contemplation, declare and decree that you are receiving guidance from the highest dimensions and from your guides in those higher dimensions. Also, keep your emotional chakra, your heart chakra, in balance because manifestation, prosperity, and stability settles in the heart chakra as elevated energy. If the energy is more earthly, it settles in the lower chakras, the root, sacral, and solar plexus. But for something to lift us to a new level of experience, as this new 9-year cycle promises, it must settle in the heart chakra and rise upward to the upper chakras. So, in order to manifest abundance, the point is to be attentive to opportunities and bring the energy of the new into your daily life. To call in and solidify this new stage in your energy field, a very interesting exercise is to start something small and new each day or each week. It could be as simple as a new way of approaching your routine, or a new hobby, a new book, or a new subject to study. The point is to invite newness into your daily life so your energy opens and gets excited about it, aligning you fully with this new stage that appears as a portal. The next oracle, as part of the theme of the month, it is also on the cycle suit, decrease, so something will also diminish. This means that for something new to begin, something must be released. What is revealed here is precisely that what needs to be released, anchors to be cut, energy to be cleansed, so we can enter this newness in the best way without all heavy energy disrupting our passage through the portal. So this oracle is revealing some kind of restriction in our emotional energy, meaning that we need to work on our emotional energy so we stop feeling it in a restricted way, because emotional energy is directly related to the heart chakra, and so it is directly related to the manifestation of abundance. If we restrict ourselves emotionally, ignoring what we feel, silencing it, repressing it, or judging it harshly in ourselves or in others, we create an imbalance in our emotional chakra, and in doing so we close ourselves off from opportunities for expansion. This ends up affecting our manifestation of resources, money, and opportunities. And this can also bring some lack or loss, leading us to the challenges of the month, because we got the oracle of loss. So this month will come with some kind of separation or loss. It could be minor or it could be significant, but the point is that an energy needs to move away from you because a cycle has ended and the ties to that cycle must be cut. That decrease, that possible loss is part of the process. The loss could relate to a relationship, a romantic relationship, a family relationship, a person, or could be related to a job, a work connection, or a financial state. It is important to understand this loss as a blessing in disguise, because when we experience loss, judgment, doubt, distrust, and complaints often arise, tying the energy of suffering to the cycle that needs to end. So, don't tie yourself to suffering, complaints, distrust, or doubt, because those vibrations spiral negatively, closing doors. What we need instead is to trust that despite the loss we may face, we must remain open to receive. In that way, the loss passes more quickly and the new beginnings arrive sooner. And we need to emphasize on the word cycle, because for something new to begin, something must end. So space must be opened for new energy to fill it. What is important here is that whatever we lose, whatever is restricted, whatever feels scarce in our reality, whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, a job, or an unexpected expenses that reduce our budget, it is all happening for the clearing and releasing of stuck energy. And the next oracle taking steps in reverse, remember that this same oracle appeared in the reading 2 weeks ago. So this is a synchronicity, meaning the message is important, and also meaning that we are stuck in this pattern. So this oracle is saying that you may feel confused about what steps to take. You feel uncertain whether the path you're on is the one you want. You feel insecure about your future or even doubting past decisions. So being a repeated pattern, this oracle recommends, as we saw before, to move through the loss or the decrease with sobriety, meaning accepting it is what it is, without inviting doubt or distrust. That way, you won't remain stuck in that cycle of loss or decrease, but instead transmute it more quickly. Believe that you are capable of moving through this part so you can take the first step toward the change that is coming. Let's look at the tarot for the present moment. We got 4 of Cups in reverse, Judgment upright, and 5 of Swords upright. So the 4 of Cups in reverse represents leaving behind the sensation of emotional emptiness, the feeling that life is flat, gray, and monotonous. Movement is coming, and this movement may bring messages or it may challenge us to leave behind isolation. So it is inviting us to socialize. So remember that the oracle of community appeared as a final advice. So we are already being guided in that direction. To reach it, we must step out of isolation, begin expressing ourselves, open our energy, show our energy, and understand that if we want change from that emptiness or monotony, the change must come through us. It is not about waiting for a miracle because the general energy spoke of independence. We are the ones who must open the doors and walk through them proactively, not staying still, not waiting for someone else to start the conversation or someone else to propose something new. Judgment, as a major arcana, is very significant. It brings the repetition of some experiences, meaning situations or people that reappear so we can see them from a higher awakened consciousness. It asks us to review the decisions we have made, the relationships we've maintained, the people we have interacted with, the responsibilities and commitments we have had, all that we have lived in the past 9 years, and especially in the transitional year of 2025. It is time to decide what, from those 9 years, we will carry into the next cycle and what we will leave behind. Judgment also speaks of karmic release, so the loss and the decrease oracle shown earlier serve as karmic clearing. Karma is simply energy finding its way into balance, so integrity and good actions return as opportunities, while mistakes return as lessons. Also, lessons we resisted learning reappear as undeniable shadows, so we finally change them, and through that we change ourselves. This could mean releasing toxic relationships, toxic patterns, habits like intolerance, procrastination, inner doubt, or low self-esteem. All of this must be burned in this karmic clearing, so we can begin the next 9-year cycle with the lightest baggage possible. And being a major arcana, it relates to our human growth and the expansion we need to face for this new stage. And the 5 of Swords upright, which also appeared at the center of last week's spread, tells us that what we must change and release includes self-sabotage, conflict with others, the need to always be right, and overthinking. So for the light of this new beginning, with the Ace of Swords to arrive in the best way, healing is necessary. And as you can see here, with the heart, the star, and the cross as symbols of our energy chakras being unbalanced by self-sabotage, blocking our progress. These are the karmic burdens we must burn away to move forward in the best way possible. So let's move on to the near future. With the Queen of Wands upright, the Two of Wands upright at the center of the spread, and the Star, a major arcana, upright. These cards answer the question of why we need to revisit our lives, release all patterns of behavior, on why we need to move through loss and decrease, on why we need to let go of doubt. It is so we can root ourselves in the Queen of Wands energy, meaning our mastery, our personal power connected to our inner fire. The inner fire is where we draw from motivation to make decisions, the fuel to journey within our path, the energy to create and manifest what we desire, whether it be money, family, opportunities, synchronicities, what have you. The Queen represents feminine mastery, which means nurturing, caring for, and expanding that inner fire. Regardless of gender, this polarity invites us to learn to care for and nurture our ideas, decisions, and motivations, and to heal any trauma around receiving in order to allow ourselves to be open to receive the blessings around us. So, in a practical level, this means that anything that drains our inner fire, meaning relationships kept out of obligation, responsibilities that weigh us down, commitments that no longer inspire us, must be released. It doesn't have to be a radical release, because a gradual release is gentler and healthier, but it must be done from the Queen's power. Upright, the message is clear. Act now. Don't stay in not yet. If you want to study, start looking for subjects and books. If you want to start a project, begin seeking contacts and resources. If you want to propose something new, do it. Fire is activation. And the Two of Wands at the center of the spread means that its message influences everything around it. So, this is saying that at the heart of the karmic clearing and the personal empowerment for this new beginning lies a decision. That decision requires letting go of something to begin something else. You cannot hold on to everything. You must choose a path, and that means releasing other paths. The longer you delay, the more your fire is divided, and the more your ability to manifest abundance is weakened. And the Star, as a major arcana, tells us to give ourselves time for inner silence, reflection, and healing. The Star is the calm after the storm. It suggests that the losses, difficulties, and scarcity indicated by the oracles before may not last long or may not affect us too deeply, because both the Queen and the Star appear upright in this near future. The Star invites healing through deep inner moments, whether it be contemplation, meditation, prayer, reflection, or therapy. It asks us to spend time alone, drawing in the energy of healing and calm, so we can flourish in the Queen's fire. And as a major arcana, the Star shows that everything we experience in the coming weeks will need to be filtered through self-reflection. It invites us to see the deeper layer of our experiences, because life is never superficial. Everything has a deeper meaning, and the deeper meaning is the karmic clearing to invite a new, more prosperous and more abundant stage to our lives. So let's move on to the final advice. Let's begin with the Oracle of Community, whose symbol is the ancient forest. So these old trees you see here are connected through their deepest roots. That alone is a symbol. Those roots carry a kind of communication throughout the entire community of trees, bringing instant messages, nourishment, and expansion. Meaning, you are opening a new stage in which the relationships you build, the new people you meet, and the ones who survive this karmic clearing will be solid relationships that provide support and sustenance, even if you are not aware of it right now. Just as this community of trees supports each little tree, this may also be speaking of energetic support around you, meaning guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters. And to become more aware of this support, allow yourself to open the door to new relationships or to communication with your soul family through your crown chakra and your intuition. Also, allow yourself to feel capable of being part of that support network. That is, you too can give advice, motivation to others, creating a balance, because as you give, you also receive counsel and support. This is an oracle of great openness, that will lead your dreams to come true within this community. For that, you need to release any shadow, karma, or wounds that make you believe you must do everything alone for it to work, and trusting that you are receiving support at all times and that you are capable of being held by that support. Your true family is not only your blood relatives, but also your friends, your ancestral lineage, and your soul family, energetic and spiritual. So, this oracle is saying that you will finally find your tribe as people in this plane who believe in you, give you love, give you support, stand strong around you, and whom you can call on at any time for assistance and help. And the next oracle, flexibility, the bamboo in the wind, the meaning of this oracle first asks you to be flexible in your thinking, willing to release rigidity that makes you want to always be right, willing to invite and embrace other beliefs, other life opinions, without the wounded feeling that your own beliefs or opinions are being questioned. Flexibility is necessary because it allows the openness needed to inhabit the community. This can also mean being flexible towards situations that come to you, adapting to change, and is foretelling that prosperity and abundance, rapid growth, and the arrival of spiritual energy to make that growth possible will come if you allow yourself to be flexible and open. Flexibility is being willing to change and renew, knowing that we don't need to know everything, that we are not complete and unchanging, that we can reconfigure our lives so that this new beginning shows us parts of ourselves we don't yet know, being willing to accept that there are parts of us still undeveloped. And as a deeper layer for these two oracles, we got the Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Six of Cups, all in reverse. This is telling us what to do with that flexibility and that community, meaning we need to release the vibration of victimhood as the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Victim mentality is believing we have no power over change or stability in our lives. Believing we have no power makes suffering is always someone else's fault. We say, it is because so-and-so said this, so-and-so did that. I'm unlucky. It's not my fault. I'm not the one who needs to change. But no, energetically, we are the only ones responsible for the reality we manifest in our lives. Throughout our decisions, habits, and patterns, we attract opportunities or we ignore them. We maintain toxic relationships, toxic people around us, or we release them. So what must be released is the vibration of lack, of victim mentality, complaining, blaming others, and instead standing in our personal power, meaning the Queen of Wands above this card. The Hierophant in reverse also appeared in last week's reading. So this means that this energy is still a current thing. As a major arcana, it invites us to open to a different option in life, meaning to seek new stages, new opportunities, or new relationships in places and experiences we normally wouldn't look, because that's where they will arrive through something unexpected, different, alternative, non-traditional. It also signals an opportunity for inner mastery or for relationships and people who can teach us something very important for our growth. And the overall energetic signature is that this will come through something or someone you don't expect, something not predictable in your life. And the Six of Cups in reverse tells us we need to do inner child work to heal this condition of victim mentality. Inner child work means revisiting our childhood, healing and forgiving our parents and the situations from our childhood. It also means releasing nostalgia tied to the past, letting go of the belief that we will not repeat the beauty or the hype of our past experiences. Instead, we need to release the wounded inner child, the nostalgia for the past, so that letting go opens the door to these magical new beginnings. Finally, in the vertical relationship of the cards in this spread, this is saying that if you are in your queen's power, you must release that you are a victim in your life and stop being in isolation, opening the door to that community shown in the oracle from the power of the queen. This karmic clearing and the decision that needs to be made will start the ball rolling and will bring the mastery and the alternative opportunities from the Hierophant. And the healing of the self-sabotage and the inner child will be through deep self-reflection. And if you would like a personalized tarot reading, my fees in US dollars are pinned on my Facebook and Instagram account, La Flaca Tarot, and the sessions are scheduled via email, which you will find in the description below of each video. Please remember to like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe. And if these readings helped to bring you any clarity, you're welcome to donate whatever you wish via my PayPal account, La Flaca Tarot. You will find the link in the description below. And remember that you can find the 3 readings for the month in the English playlist on YouTube, so you don't get confused because I also do the readings in Spanish. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see each other in March. Goodbye.